happens is the fruit gets picked. Everything we do in the vineyard is all done by hand. So we pick the grapes by hand, they're brought over here, and we process all of the fruit up here. So the toys that we have are essential mostly for either containing the fruit or for squeezing juice out or for initial fermentation program. The big Euro press in the center here, it's like a big sieve. The fruit goes in. If you can see on this side, it's easier.
No stomping. Actually, they do a little bit of that here.
We do a little stomping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
One of the few.
So one of these, all of these slits here, basically the fruit goes in. Inside here is a big balloon, like a bladder. And the fruit goes around the bladder, and these little slits here, when you expand the bladder, it pushes the grapes against the wall and holds back the seeds and the skin and the stems and everything so that the juice runs into the tray. Think about it just for white wines. It's like making orange juice at home. You just want the juice out and everything else stays behind. So then we'll put the juice into the steel tanks and start the fermentation off initially. With black grapes, we hand sort everything. We don't want any residual green in there. We don't want style wines. And we don't want any livestock in there whatsoever, so snakes and bugs and stuff like that will come out. Then the fruit on Syrah and Grenache this year, we fermented in concrete. So these are like the concrete eggs you've just seen downstairs, but these are 5-ton size. So we're one of only 3 or 4 wineries in the country that uses concrete in the winemaking program, but it's very traditional in France. So we're gradually moving away mostly from the steel into concrete usage. But again, bear in mind that the concrete is only used for the Rhone wines, not the Burgundies. So the Pinot doesn't see concrete, Chardonnay or the Pinot Blanc are used. Just the Rhone wines. No, they call it keeps it cool. When the temperature gets too warm, the concrete allows it to actually evaporate. You get the minerality, but the temperature control on the concrete is much more accurate.
Answer the question.
I just took an answer.
What do you add to ferment?
Good question.
No,
Good question. Good question.
Sugar is already in the grapes when they're harvested. You know when an apple is sweet or a banana is sweet, it's the sugar that's in the fruit. It's the fructose. Same thing in a grape. So we're looking at a quarter of a grape which is made up of sugar by the time they come in to be processed. Yeast is a living organism, and its food of choice is sugar. So as yeast eats sugar, it does 2 things. This is basic fermentation science here. Yeast does 2 things. As it consumes the sugar, it farts carbon dioxide and urinates alcohol. And at a certain point, there's no more food left and it dies of its own detritus. That's fermentation.
That's so sad.
Poor yeast.
But it's so delicious.
Free the yeast.